Hi, this is table 3.
I'm Marissa.
I'm Caroline.
And I'm Casey.
And here's our horseshoe crab dissection. So, first of all, for external anatomy, there's just the exoskeleton as a whole, and that is just protection of internal organs. The exoskeleton is made up of the cephalothorax, which is also called the prosoma. Posterior to it is the abdomen, or the opisthosoma. The tail region is called the telson. Along the abdomen are abdomen spines. And on the dorsal side of the cephalothorax, there are the lateral ridges and the median ridge. Also on the cephalothorax, there are the compound eyes, which just allow for vision. And then in the middle, there are the median eyes, which act as light receptors. They're sensitive to visible light and ultraviolet rays. And just the dorsal exoskeleton as a whole is called the carapace, which also provides protection. And then if we can flip it over to the ventral side, the first pair of legs you see are called the pedipalps. They determine gender. If it is bulbous, it's a male, and if they look like the rest of the walking legs, it's a female. We can tell that our horseshoe crab is a female because it looks like the rest of the walking legs, which are just posterior to the pedipalps. They help it walk across the floor and provide mobility. The last pair of legs is called the pushing legs. You can tell that they're pushing legs because they're frayed appendages and they push across the sandy ocean floor. In the middle, you can see the mouth, or the naphtha base, which is an entrance for food and begins the process of digestion. Just anterior to the mouth are immovable fingers called chelicerae, and they help move prey into the mouth. The first flap on the abdomen is called the genital operculum, and that's where eggs and sperm are released during reproduction. Just beyond that are pairs of gill operculums. They're remaining dark flaps on the posterior end. If you lift up the gill operculum, you can see the book gills. They're called that because they look like the pages of an open book. And if you separate each individual page, it's called the gill lamellae. And the lamellae are the site of respiration. At the telson, there is the anus, and the anus is just an exit for waste products. Moving on to internal anatomy, if you peel back the exoskeleton, shout out to Casey for cutting it really well, the first thing you'll see is the yellowish-brown substance called the digestive cecum, and the function of the digestive cecum is to absorb fluid and salt to aid in digestion. Next you will see the midgut, and the midgut serves to further digestion. Just anterior to the midgut is the proventriculus and the proventriculus valve. And the function of the proventriculus, it acts kind of like a crop or a gizzard, and it just accommodates undigested food. And then the valve just transports food from the proventriculus to the midgut. We know just dorsal to the midgut would be the heart, which would be a white tissue. Unfortunately, when we were cutting the organism, this piece was kind of broken off, but we know that it should be just dorsal, and it would be around that area. You can see in the cephalothorax region is the digestive cecum. It's the yellowish brown horseshoe shaped. No. Shout out to Casey for peeling it back early about the exoskeleton. Shout out to Caroline.